The woman slowly unbuckled her belt and took off her pants. Jack walked over to his wife's side, and after exchanging a glance, he picked up the pants and walked forward. He then went to the wall and took off his own pants as well. But surprisingly, Jack put his shoes back on, picked up both pairs of pants, and soaked them in the water. After getting them completely wet, he turned around and came to the pile of trees. Taking out the belt, he firmly tied two branches together and finally tied the pants to the branches. After doing all this, Jack turned his head and told his wife to step back. He started throwing forcefully upward, but it didn't go as smoothly as imagined. He failed many times in a row, but Jack didn't give up. He just gritted his teeth and threw with force. This time the branches got stuck right between the deep pits. Jack quickly pulled hard on the pants. Feeling the load-bearing capacity of the branches, Jack was very excited. This time there was finally hope of escape. Just like that, with one foot against the wall and both hands gripping the pants, he began climbing upward. The wall was very smooth, with no footholds for support at all. Jack climbed with great difficulty. Just as he was about to reach it, his foot suddenly slipped, and Jack screamed in pain, clutching his thigh. His wife, seeing this, felt heartbroken. She immediately tore a piece of cloth from the pants and quickly pressed it against the wound. Jack was in unbearable pain. His wife's action not only failed to reduce Jack's suffering, but actually made the wound more severe. With no choice, his wife could only take the pants back and put them on again to prevent infection. However, just as she was dressing Jack's wound, it started to rain heavily from the sky. More terrifyingly, the rain got heavier and heavier, and rainwater from the mountain also kept flowing into the pit. Jack's wife couldn't swim and was placed by Jack in the higher part of the deep pit. Soon this place was submerged by rainwater. Jack wanted to reach the branches to let his wife hold on, but unexpectedly, his wife's foot slipped and she fell into the water, constantly shouting for help. Jack quickly came to his wife's side, pulled her up and held her in his arms. Soon the water level had reached their waists. At this point, the man thought, as long as it rained a little harder, they could be rescued by the buoyancy of the water. But unexpectedly, the heavy rain stopped very quickly. The hope that was right in front of them was shattered once again. However, what's even worse was that the two people's bodies had already reached their limits. Jack began to run a high fever, with dark circles appearing around his eye sockets. Suddenly, Jack pushed his wife to the ground, quickly crawled to the water pit, and began to drink the dirty water. Even more strangely, Jack's eyes began to look dazed. Then he reached his hand into the water, as if he had caught a fish, and stuffed it into his mouth. As soon as he took it out, his wife felt that something was wrong, so she slowly approached Jack. But as soon as Jack turned his head, his wife's eyes widened in horror. The scene before her eyes instantly stunned her completely.